which will make the act of safely dropping off babies at care facilities illegal. With the public comment period closing tomorrow, protesters say this may be the last chance for citizens to speak out against the proposed changes. Baby Savers co-founder Whitney Rosenberg adds that if the amendment is passed, centres nationwide will have to shut down.
So if this amendment is passed, it basically means that 40 of our members that provide this life-saving service will have to close down. And what that in turn means is that babies will not be safely relinquished anymore, but instead will be dumped, as we see in the news frequently, in rubbish dumps, toilets, pit latrines, and in very dangerous situations.
And the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, Tembisa Hospital tender tycoon Vusmusi Ket Matlala allegedly confessed to members of the Gauteng Counterintelligence Operations Unit that he has close ties with several senior-ranking police officers. A member of GCI Ops, Witness C, who is currently testifying before the inquiry, alleged that during a raid at Matlala's lavish Centurion home in December, he began name-dropping senior cops. Witness C believes that this was an attempt to intimidate investigators who were at his home searching for his former business partner, Relebogile, who was and remains kidnapped.
And he named the Deputy National Commissioner, General Sibia. Second one, he named General Feroz Khan and General Shibiri. He further indicated that he is related to one General Sinona.
Meanwhile, in the National Assembly, former Police Minister Gemelli wants the Parliamentary ad hoc committee to investigate the entire criminal system and not focus only on police corruption. Gemelli says there are police officers and prosecutors who are in prison serving time for various crimes, and the WHO system needs to be scrutinized thoroughly. Gemelli was giving evidence for the last day before the Parliamentary ad hoc committee investigating police corruption and interference. Babala Ndenza has more.
Gemelli's testimony continued today, where he faced several questions around his experience as National Police Commissioner and the state of the country's criminal justice system. He implored the committee to not just focus most of its energy on probing the police portfolio. He says the committee and the commission must also target the court and prison systems, which he says also contribute to criminal activity.
This kind of probe must help us to look at the chain, honorable member, rather than looking. And up to this point, I'm still worried that the concentration is on the first segment, which is the police, and other people are having it nice to do whatever they want to do.
On political killings, Gemelli says the problem is how criminality has taken over and hitmen are hired rather than actual politicians killing each other. He says this needs both political will and the country's security agencies to work together. Babala Ndenza, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
The City of Tshwane says it's investigating 120 million rand of water tanker invoices for possible fraud. The Metro made the announcement yesterday during a media briefing in Pretoria, where it explained its expenditure on water tankers. Officials say increased water outages have directly led to spending more on tankers. Finance MMC Eugene Modise says they've identified some questionable invoices from contractors.
We have rejected invoices to the tune of 120 million rands. That's demonstrate that we have conducted a thorough investigation.
The DA Celia Brink has laid a complaint with the public protector to investigate the municipality's water tanker saga.
Information at the DA's disposal, in fact, shows that for most of the money that was paid by Tshwane in 2025 on water tankers, there was no documentary evidence that those services were requested by the city or delivered, raising the possibility of large-scale fraud.
In Cape Town, firefighters are assessing the scene of a fire at one of the restaurants at the V&A Waterfront Mall. The fire broke out from an extractor fan in the kitchen area of a restaurant in the mall this morning. Staff members were evacuated due to a possible fire above the restaurant. The city's fire and rescue services were contacted for assessment shortly after 10:30, and spokesperson Edward Bosch says the fire was extinguished before their teams arrived.
No injuries were reported. Fire crews assisted to ensure that the area is safe.
Meanwhile, the mall's management has confirmed the situation has been contained and the area remains cordoned off. And in Australia, women in the country's defence forces have launched a class action lawsuit alleging widespread and systematic sexual violence, harassment and discrimination. The case was served against the Australian government on behalf of women subjected to abuse during a 21-year period between November 2003 and May 2025. The case, lodged at the Federal Court in Sydney, is being pursued on an opt-out basis, meaning all women serving during that time are included unless they declare that they have not suffered from the alleged abuse. Australia's Department of Defence says it's aware of the complaint. The government says it is implementing as a priority recommendations related to sexual violence made last year after an inquiry into defence and a veteran's suicide. Gold's trading at $4,047.42 an ounce. The rand's at 17.35 to the dollar, at 23.09 to the pound, at 20.14 to the euro. Brent crude oil's at $66.02 a barrel.
Traveling through Germiston, Boksburg area, you can expect about an hour delay. That's on the N12 westbound between Croft Road and the R24 merge. This is due to road restrictions for the G20 dry run. There's also slow-moving traffic in the Benoni area, Atlas Road between the N12 and the R21. And in Bedford View, we have an accident seen in the N3 northbound near the Giluli's interchange, causing huge delays all the way from Galdenes.
Look at your weather. Clear sunny skies on Gauteng this afternoon. Temperatures are peaking at highs between 30 and 31 degrees. The top story in Eyewitness News this hour. Non-profit organization Baby Savers South Africa says it wants President Cyril Ramaphosa to intervene in what it says is the criminalization of safe baby relinquishment systems.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
You're with Relebogile Mabotja.
Live, streaming countrywide
On the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
Eight minutes after 1 o'clock. Welcome to 7:02 afternoons with me, Relebogile Mabotja. Happy Friday. Folks, you know it's going to be a good show when it is a Friday. We're going to be chatting to Jamele as they turn 10 years old today. We'll be joined by the owner and director as well as the group head chef for that conversation. Unplugged on 7:02 afternoons. We're going to be joined by multi-award-winning singer, songwriter and performer, Ms. Kelly Kumalo. And then the upside of failure. He's an actor, musician, loves to dance, super talented, also award-winning Mr. Clement Maosa. So it's going to be a good one. Get in touch with us. Give us a call. 011 883 0702. SMS us 31702. Tweet at Relebogile M at Radio 702 using the hashtag 702 afternoons and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702.
702 afternoons
With Relebogile Mabotja.
on 702
Let's walk the talk. 702.
Food Feature.
This 702 food feature is brought to you by FNB Premier. Switch, spend and win with FNB Premier till the 30th of November. Now, today's food feature, we are hosting none other than Jamele. I'm sure you've heard the name. If you haven't tasted the food, well, they turn 10. It is the 10th anniversary, and we are joined by owner and director Alessandro.
You're having a good time with this.
Alessandro Alex Kojane.
Why do people have to do that Italian accent when they say my name? Like,
Because it is begging to have that. Okay, get Alessandro Alex Kojane.
Yeah,
as well as
African.
group head chef, Chef Guy Kleinans.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Good, yourself?
I am well. How Alessandro? You need to tell us how you got the name Alessandro.
Guys, Alessandro was just converted from Alexander. Because I was raised in Italy, and my mates just converted it. They're like, yeah, Alexander. We see Alexander, but from now on, we're Alessandro. And that's
So you stuck to Alessandro.
I stuck to it because it's a great name. You know?
I see. So
But
Alessandro.
my ID says Alexander.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I see. I
Yes.
see. And that's where the Alex comes in, not Alex short for Alessandro.
Yeah, so I was raised in Italy. So my Italian friends were just like, Alexander, we don't recognize. From now on, we're Alessandro.
I see.
Yeah.
So you have built such an I would even say it's a legacy. It's become part of the culture. For anybody that does not know Gemelli,
Where have you been?
where have you been? But also tell them all about Gemelli. What is it about? What was the vision when it all started?
Many years ago when it all started, 2015 on the 24th of October. But the plan came way before that. I've been trying to open my own restaurant called Jamele because Jamele means twins in Italian. And my brother and I look alike. Funny enough, he's the guy that studied hotel and restaurant management.
And then you stole his dream.
No, he went into IT.
You stole his dream.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I got this. And there was no restaurants that I felt catered to the whole family in Gauteng. It was always either a steakhouse and a certain time kids can come. And I come from a big family. So hence Jamele La Familia Prima. Twins family first.
And I think maybe you can give context to the background because I'm sure many people assume that the owner is some Italian man. Do they get surprised when they meet you?
Yeah, for the longest time, I was known as the manager of the restaurant, which is cool with me. I
Really?
love that. Yeah.
So did anybody ever say, please call the owner?
Once it's happened.
And you're like, well.
And I was having a conversation with the actual customer because she got in her feels about something and she's like, call the owner. I'm like, well.
Surprise.
And I literally walked away from the table, like 4 steps back, and I came back to the table. I'm like, hi, Alessandro.
You asked for the owner.
I literally
That
did.
is hilarious.
Yes.
Why were you raised in Italy?
My dad was a diplomat for a while. My dad was a diplomat for about 10 years in Italy.
Can I ask you to stay close to your mic?
Okay, sorry, my
Because
apologies. I move around a lot.
Yes,
My
we
apologies.
can see. It's okay. Just hold on to the table.
Okay.
There you go.
Could be a life.
Hold on to the table. I know people who are just like you, where
Yeah.
constantly need to
Yeah.
just hold the table or hold the mic, one of the two. So you had diplomatic parents that were now that side
In Italy.
and obviously that formed such a big influence of your food and your cuisine. Did you?
I always say that to people. I'm like, it didn't form. It's just by coincidence that I was raised in Italy. My restauranteering career, I got back from Italy when I was 12 years old. My restauranteering career started when I was 19 in Durban. It just so happened I worked in an Italian restaurant. It just so happened I could speak Italian. And my boss at the time, Marco Conti, was like my older brother. And he took me in and his mom took me in and they taught me how to cook. And he trusted me in the kitchen with his mom. And it's just pure coincidence that I was raised in Italy. But a lot of people don't believe in coincidence. Everything happens for a reason, I guess.
I was going to say, no, I see it as divine.
100%.
It was just meant to be that you were exactly at specific places at a certain time. And I really am curious as to when you did go into this business to say, okay, I'm going to do this now on my own. Because working for others is one thing. Doing it on your own, diabo, go Philly, especially month.
Yo.
Were you mentally prepared for what it entailed?
No. All I wanted to do was be my own boss and open a restaurant. You don't realize what that comes with because I've always ran restaurants. I've always been given a restaurant to run. And now I got to choose the plates myself. I got to choose what the floor looks like. I got to choose the cutlery. It was overwhelming.
Even the doorknob,
even the doorknob, even like, it's crazy. Like it was very overwhelming. But then once the shop opened, I went back into the role I know, and that's a restaurant manager. And I think the success of it was the fact that all I did was run a restaurant, and that's what I was good at. Like, I've been doing it since I was 19. And I never took myself seriously for some reason. Till today, like, I'm still waiting for some guy to come tell me to get back to work. I never.
Or someone to say you're on suspension.
Exactly. Why are you on your phone on the floor, bro? Like, can't you see there's customers here?
Oh my goodness. All right,
Yeah.
we're going to take a break. When we come back, we get to know the group head chef. So much to tell.
Aubrey Masango.
Weekday evenings.
8 to midnight.
There's a lot of desire to see certain people meet their day with justice. The setting up of the Mapanyaza unit was questioned by a lot of people right at the beginning. We've seen how people's possessions have been taken away by the authorities because they have been found to be guilty of certain things. But none of them are in jail. We can't have a situation where the public protector gives us a report that says this thing was unlawfully and irregularly set up and then, no, then it's finished. We can't. There must be comeuppance.
Aubrey Masango.
8 to midnight on 702.
702.
Tip your way to glory in the Hollywood Bets Punters Challenge, the free-to-play horse racing game with daily cash giveaways and massive jackpot prizes. Pick all the winners on the race card and you could win 100,000 Rand. Bet 50 Rand or more on your selections using the Bet Slip feature and you could walk away with 1 million Rand. Visit punterschallenge.hollywoodbets.net today and tip your way to the top. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008.
The South African Future Trust Summit returns on 5 and 6 November at the Sandton Convention Centre in partnership with Standard Bank and 702. Expect higher stakes, bolder ideas and bigger names. Hear from Grace Andrews, creator entrepreneur, former brand director for Stephen Bartlett and The Diary of a CEO. Experience the Big Pitch Finals where South Africa's brightest startups compete live for $1 million in funding. Get your tickets at summit.southafricanfuturetrust.org.
Tata Punch, take me there. To the ground clearance that lets you rise up to every adventure. Where your infotainment touchscreen connects to your next move. To the store lit by bold LED tail lamps. Whatever there is, wherever there is, let the all-new Tata Punch take you there. From only 244,900. T's and C's apply. Ta-ta-ta-ta.
Dreaming of a tropical escape? World Leisure Holidays has your ticket to paradise with exclusive getaways to the Indian Ocean Islands. From the beaches of Mauritius and the Maldives to the charm of Madagascar, Seychelles, Zanzibar and more, your dream destination awaits. Take advantage of early bird specials and pay stay offers. Call 011-285-2500 and mention 702 for a mystery discount. Or follow us on social media or contact your nearest travel professional. Start planning your escape today. T's and C's apply.
Feel the rhythm of summer at the Old Mutual Music in the Gardens featuring Mikasa and Jazeel Brothers live on Saturday 25 October at the Walter Sisulu Botanical Garden. Experience soulful sounds, sunshine and good vibes in one of Joburg's most beautiful settings. Get your tickets now at webtickets.co.za. Proudly presented by Old Mutual, 702 and Breakout Events.
He's the boss, the legend, the man whose music defined generations. Now, his story hits cinemas in Springsteen, Deliver Me From Norway, from 24 October. And 702 is giving you the chance to win big this week. We're celebrating the icon with 2 truths and a lie. 3 facts about Bruce. One's not quite true. WhatsApp the keyword Springsteen ZA to 0702 702 1702. And we could call you to play every day this week. Spot the line and win 2,000 Rand cash and a shot at a collector's vinyl package every fan will envy. TCs and more on PrimeMediaPlus.com. Only on 702.
702.
Food feature.
20 minutes after 1 o'clock, we continue with our food feature. Today we're chatting Gemelli, the restaurant turning 10, and we're joined by owner and director Alexander.
You got jokes today, eh?
You're
in the mood today.
Together with group head chef, Chef Guy Kleinans. And we take your calls on 011 883 0702 and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702. Chef, what was your journey in food like? I mean, how did you even get into the space?
I like to say I was born with this spoon in my mouth or in my hand.
Was it silver?
No, it was a worn-out wooden spoon.
Yes.
But every time my mother was cooking in the kitchen, I always had to be in the pots and pans with her.
Yes.
It reminded me a lot of the video that you showed me. So yeah, it was deep embedded when I was a child.
What are some of the meals that you really like hold on to still today that you grew up making with mom in the kitchen?
Pasta, actually. Yeah, she always used to make a great bolognese, also a slow cooked Napolitana sauce. So that was one of my biggest inspirations. Yeah.
Talk to me about, when you collaborate, especially for a brand like this one, and then you have a boss like Alex, which sounds very challenging.
What a legend. What a legend Alex is. Oh my God.
Because I feel like he's the type of boss that comes in and says, I have an idea, or
yes.
I want us to
yes.
try this. How do you deal with that like collaborative spirit in a way that on the one hand, you need to make him happy, but also, customers, you also have other people that have thoughts.
Well, if you're a chef that's been in the industry of a long time, it will humble you to not be so stubborn and hard-headed. But what's been a path of least resistance for me is to listen to everyone's opinion, because there is, there's fidelity in everyone's palate, and that has guided me a long way in my career. So it's helped me incorporate actually brilliant ideas when I put my openness to other people's suggestions. Yeah.
When you think about South Africans' Italian palates, and I'm very intentionally saying South Africans' Italian palates, not Italians.
Yes.
What comes to mind for you? Because what you'd eat in Rome or Milano is not going to be the same as maybe how we are accustomed. I mean, I commented about the fact that thank you for cooking the pasta beautifully,
Yes.
because some al dente is got a bit of crunch to it.
I don't know. I think it's more exciting cooking Italian food in South Africa, because it brings more Pan-African flavors. So you get to incorporate a lot of meats, but also, just to make things, you could actually make food a lot more richer as well, where proper Italians would probably cringe.
I need to just chat a little bit about the pasta, because, and I don't know, Alex, if you agree with me on this one, on, the whole concept of South Africans' palates. I know people who would want acha in that oxtail pasta.
Are you joking? I've got
I'm
a
not
mixologist. His name is Mixology. He wants acha in everything.
I knew. Because that's what I love about it.
Miso has been trying to convince me to put acha on all my menus, whether it's the breakfast menu in pantry, whether it's upstairs. But yeah, South Africans, what we realized, South Africans love flavor. They love sauces. Everybody's mom makes a beautiful stew.
Dude. And we also know how to develop flavors with just salt and water.
100%. Hard body.
Yo! I'm gonna challenge you for your misologist. Ne?
Yeah.
All you do is say to them that they must, or you must make develop a Jamele acha that is always served on the side.
Do this.
And if they can develop it that it goes with everything, then they can have it on the menu.
Please
and
don't
it
do
becomes
this,
standard.
Because now, after
Thank
this
you.
interview, Misa's going to be like, I told you that's a good idea, bro. You don't know what you've started. You have no idea.
And then after the achana is going to be then the Gemelli chili.
The Jamele chili is killer. We already have it. You've never.
I've
the problem
never
here is that
had
you've never
it.
been to the shop.
No, I'm coming.
All right.
I said, oh, baby, I'm coming.
Woza.
Talk to me about 10 years. I mean, I can't imagine that it's just been 10 years of it being glorious and you're this, multi-millionaire, because we know the restaurant game is tough, and in between you've had Covivi.
Let's clear the multi-millionaire part immediately. I'm not.
So how have the 10 years been?
It's rough. It's been fun, rough, emotional. Like, we went through all the feelings. In the beginning, the excitement of opening a shop, great, is amazing. And after you open a shop, you realize that you don't know how to run a business.
Oh.
You know how to run a restaurant. You don't know how to run a business.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, very big difference, eh?
Yo.
2018, got into a bit of trouble, ended up appointing a board. Well, the board appointed themselves because my two older brothers are legends.
They came and said, hey, wena.
Tabisa Hermanus, Andy De Kumalo, legends. Without those two gentlemen, Jamele wouldn't be here today. And that's the honest truth. And, you know, I knew how to cook. I knew how to run a restaurant. I didn't know anything about the tax man. Who's that guy? You know, I was in a lot of trouble.
It's the man you must be the most afraid of after God.
Right.
Is SARS.
And then once I had those...
You didn't know my dad is so he's like, after God, fear SARS.
Yo, Tabisa reminded me and he told me like that, you don't mess with that guy. And after a while we came out of that, and then 2020 came and was panic stations. Now, what are we gonna do?
But you look like an innovator.
Yo, you have no idea. I got into trouble because I was moving funny in lockdown, you know? I was moving because I couldn't just stay home, right?
Listen, you're
got into trouble with my board for opening. Yo, it was a lot. And then 21, 22 was time to rebuild. And that's when 22, we started building again. 23, we built. Right now, we just want to chill and try recuperate all we've spent on the building. So, yeah, it's been a long journey. It's been emotional. You've lost a lot along the way. You lose friends. You lose family. You lose a lot on the way. But would I do it again? For sure. Would I hold on to some people? For sure. But yeah, it's the restauranteering life. It's hard. It's long hours.
And some you realize too late. You should have let go of them even sooner.
Way earlier.
Nah. Okay, there's a message that says, please ask the guys, how did it come about to have only sports cars park on a Sunday? Is that a coincidence?
Guys.
Or you're the one who're like, hey, wena kahaval. Hey, we don't want you. Don't park at the front.
When I discovered Gemelli, the site was a bicycle shop called Tribe on Main. Right? Tribe on Main was owned by a guy by the name of Andrew, who was a customer at a restaurant I used to work at. And I had this idea of opening this restaurant called Gemelli, and I was going to open it in the same center, but downstairs was going to be a smaller shop.
Yes.
And Andrew's like, bro, my business has gone online. Everybody's buying bike parts and tubes and everything online. And he used to use that car park for the chains. After he does the chain service and you'd ride the bicycles around that. It was just pure coincidence. South Africans, and it's not showing off. I don't like calling it showing off. South Africans have, if you buy something nice, it's like Christmas.
Yes.
It's like Christmas. Like if you buy something nice, we need to show it off.
We go on a tour to go visit the relatives to show the new car.
You understand?
Yes.
And it just so happens that we have a car park.
Yeah.
And you just bought a Lambo. So it's a Sunday. Sundays you pull your... I'm a Harley rider because I can't afford Lambos. But I can afford 2 wheels. So on a Sunday, me and my mates go on a ride and we pull up on the ramp because that's where we're going to go have a drink after our ride. So it was just pure coincidence. South Africans made it a thing, not me. It was not part of the design. It wasn't in my business plan.
It just happened organically. And I think
organically.
That's the beautiful thing about your personality is being open to what happens organically and not just locking yourself to a specific vision.
100%.
Some of the food that was served today that was absolutely delicious. Sticky lamb riblets. Those of you that are nut lovers, come through for this. But the couscous, even better. North African flavors with the harissa. You've got your wild mushroom arancini. If you're a fan, it comes with some pea puree and some garlic aioli. And then you've got your penne Alessandro, which is so good. It's that oxtail. Bring your acha until Gemelli start supplying the acha.
Stop with the acha. Yo.
The oxtail rigatoni, that is just beautiful. You can tell it's slow cooked, fell off the bone to get into there. You've got your pasta MJ, your Gemelli chicken, your grilled beef fillet, the Basotho lamb chops, which are like nobody's touching my food at home with those lamb chops. And then, of course, for dessert, there was the almond nougat cheesecake and some malva enaling amaruru. There's a question from one of the amaruru. There's a question from a listener who is saying, how do you keep the consistency on the menu?
I carry a whip. Like, no, but jokes aside.
Shambogo.
What we've realized that, you got to build a prep kitchen, firstly. Because the prep kitchen keeps the sauces consistent because they have the time to prepare it. B, I eat our food every day. So I pick up if the food is not right. People have bad days in their kitchen. And I think a lot of people don't eat their food every day. I eat our food every day.
Because you'll be able to know you did an extra pinch of salt, or
100%.
whatever the case may be.
And I don't like being embarrassed. That's my job. I'm a restaurateur. Why would I make a horrible dish? Like, it's embarrassing.
Where can we find Jamele?
You can find Jamele in Bryanston, Corner Main and Post House Street, in a shopping center called Post House and Main. Wait, Post House and Link. Post House and Link Shopping Center. And that's where we at, bro.
On the socials, they are at Gemelli Restaurant. It's spelled Gemelli. I know some of you heard Jamele. I said Gemelli. Get Gemelli.
No, get Jamele. Get Jamele.
Now you have to do a Gemelli once a month. And guys, I promise you don't have to have a Lamborghini to come through. Just a Harley.
And this weekend, it's our birthday weekend, God. We have a whole marquee up there. We're going to have a couple of DJs. It's going to be a party. Like every year, Gemelli has their year-end party in December. But this year, because we're turning 10, we're celebrating for the whole weekend with a marquee over the car park. It starts now at 3 o'clock. The Acha guy, Miso, is the first DJ on the decks at 3 o'clock. And then we have a party tomorrow. We have a bigger party on Sunday. So come through, bro. It's going to be a party.
Come through, get party. And you get to enjoy this Italian cuisine by this Mosotho man.
To celebrate 25 years of helping you live the Premier life, FNB Premier is giving you a chance to win a 14-day European tour experience and other cool monthly prizes. Open any FNB Premier account from September to 31 December 2025. Switch your salary, swipe or tap a minimum of 2,000 Rand per month for 3 months straight. Spend and win with FNB Premier. FNB, help changes everything. TCs and competition rules apply. FNB, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
Time for your latest Eyewitness News headlines. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Relebogile. Good afternoon. Tembisa Hospital tenant tycoon Vusmusi Cat Matlala allegedly told investigators